Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. I wanted to pop on and let you know. Sorry about that. That hey, the wilderness. What's up, baby? So I was gonna do a video tonight, y'all, and here's the thing. So, in fact, let me pick you guys up and I'll focus on talking to you guys, then I can mess with my makeup later. Okay. Here's the tea, y'all. Here's the tea. Here's the deal. I'm chilling too. That's what I was wanting to come on and talk to you guys about. So, I've been like really doing a lot of videos lately. Hey Cindy. Hey Reaper Man. Love you. Love all my people. I've been doing a lot of videos lately, like just going live in the evening time and, staying on with you guys for about an hour. Well, y'all know I love y'all. Y'all know I love doing live streams with you. I mean, obviously, right? It might be even like a little bit of an unhealthy addiction because I just love talking to you guys so much. But, tonight my husband is home. He didn't have to work today. So let me tell y'all what we did and we'll chit chat for a little bit and I'll catch y'all up on what I'm going to do. So today Neil was off and he's off tomorrow. So today we went hiking on Pinnacle Mountain. I know some of you guys were asking me where Pinnacle Mountain was because I had a shirt on that said Pinnacle Mountain State Park the other day and y'all saw it. Well, that's here in Little Rock where I live. And it's like, okay, the mountain goes like this and then it plateaus out on top like that. So it's like it's crazy. And you can climb up the side of it and then be on the top of it and look all out over Little Rock. It's so cool. But one side of it is like really hard to hike. It's like more of like if you're a professional. And then the other side is more beginner friendly. Don't you know we went up the hard side? And I'm telling you what, y'all, I thought I was going to die trying to climb up these rocks. Like, I'm serious. Like, they're huge. You have to climb up the rocks. It's hard. So we did that. It was fun, though. We did that. And now we're at home chilling. Neil's taking a little nap. And then we're going to, like, cook dinner and watch a movie or something. Just hang out and chill. And so what I wanted to do was I wanted to come on and let you guys know that, I'm not abandoning you. And if I'm not going to come on tonight, I don't think. Now, if for some reason my husband falls asleep early and I can sneak on here and do like a meditation or something, we might do that. But I'm not going to do any live streams with any guests tonight. And I had planned on doing one with Dago Viking. So I'm going to reach out to him and message him on Instagram and just see if we can do it on another day. But I do have like a lot of people reaching out to me that want to come on and share their stories. So don't worry. Like, I'm going to have plenty of videos going on this week. And we're going to have plenty of people coming on and sharing their experience, strength, and hope. So there won't be like you won't be missing anything. I'm going to take tonight off and chill with my family and, just kind of recoup. What happens to me is like I go and I make videos and I have all these great ideas. And when the ideas come into my mind, I want to talk to you guys about them right away. Or I want to come on here and I want to talk. I'm not much of a person who goes and like edits the videos or like makes all kinds of fancy stuff to it. Like, I just come on here and talk to you guys. It's kind of like a virtual diary for me, like a virtual journal. Like, I can come on here, journal, and then I'm out. And I love that. And then at the same time, I get to connect with you guys and like I'm meeting you guys and I'm hearing, hey Clancy, what's up, babe? I'm getting to know a lot of you like personally, which that's the best part. The best part of it is helping you guys in your recovery and seeing you guys get sober and then collect your each month sober. It's like, hell yeah. It's almost like giving birth to a baby and then seeing it grow up. It's like, I'm giving birth to these babies in recovery, and then y'all are getting y'all 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, a year. It's cool, and it gets me excited for you guys. You need time with your family. That's your first priority. We'll have lots of live streams and people sharing their stories next week. We are. Like, I have so many people hitting me up, you guys, that I'm excited because last night's meeting that we have, if you didn't get to go to the meeting we had last night, it was a Mara meeting, and 4 people called in last night. And it was so moving emotionally for me because it was hearing people share that they were doing well in their recovery. It was people that were calling in and saying, hey, yeah, I'm on medically assisted treatment, and these are all the things I can do today. This is how I'm able to take care of my kids, and it also gave me a chance. Oh, thanks, Cindy. I appreciate you, girl. It also gave me a chance to encourage you guys who are on maintenance to stop letting yourself think, oh, I'm sober on Suboxone. No, like, your recovery is valid, and you're sober. You got 8 years sober. You got 5 years sober. You got 2 months sober. Like, it doesn't matter, what maintenance medications you're on. All that matters is that you're changing your life, and you're changing your behaviors. You're not focusing on negativity anymore. You're not, hey, Amy, what's up, girl? Oh, thanks. I appreciate you. You're not focusing on getting high. You're not running the streets anymore. You've changed, your people, places, and things. And I kind of wanted to touch on just a little. Hey, what's up, Fractal? What are you doing? I wanted to talk about one thing, and tonight, right now, while we're on this live stream. And, I talk a lot about, like, changing your people, places, and things, and changing your perspective, and trying to look at things from a more positive point of view. And I want you guys to know, like, you can get off drugs, but if you're not working to change your life and to change the inside, then you're going to be miserable, and you're going to want to get high still because you're not working to change the inside. Drugs and alcohol are just a symptom of our disease, okay? Drugs and alcohol were what we used to take away the feelings that we had on the inside. So if you take away the drugs and the alcohol, which we used to cope, and you leave us there with no other coping skills, no other healing, no therapy, no 12 steps, no prayer and meditation, nothing, right? If you don't make a change and actually start working inwardly, okay? If you're sober but you're a miserable bitch, that's not any way to live. If you're sober but you're a mean person and you're nasty and you're catty and you're vile, that's not what you want to do. Being sober is an overhaul. It's changing everything, you guys. Listen, it's been so hard for me to really take a look at some of my behaviors from the past and learn that a lot of the reason why people didn't hear what I had to say before was because I was so preachy about what I was saying. And I really try to share my message with you guys from a place of understanding and knowing the struggle and knowing what it feels like to be down and out. I don't ever want to forget what it was like when I was in active addiction, because the minute I start forgetting what it was like back then and I start pulling myself away and separating myself so far away from people that are still struggling, then I lose that connection with people. Do you understand what I'm saying? If I can't relate and I can't put myself where the person who is actively struggling and using is still, and I can't remember that pain, I'm going to tell you something right now. I remember the pain of my active addiction like it was yesterday. I remember taking my son and giving him to CPS like it was yesterday. I remember being homeless and not having a penny to my name and begging my drug dealer to front me. Begging him. On my hands and knees, begging him, please, please, don't make me go home. Don't make me leave here without anything. Please, I don't want to go. I'm sick. I don't feel good. I remember being so desperate and so... My whole respect for myself, my dignity, my respect. I'm a very prideful woman, okay? And so to have that happening to me and for me to be like that, it was so embarrassing, and I was so full of shame. And so I know what it feels like to be in that situation, and I also never want to forget it. So I think it's really important when we're trying to spread a message of hope to the still sick and suffering addicts. I think it's really important that we remember what it was like when we were out there. Okay? Man, I remember watching my mom cry when the courtroom officer took me out and handcuffed off to prison. It was so awful. Oh my God. I know what you mean, man. You know what comes to my mind is my parents coming to see me on Saturdays on visitation. And I remember we had to sit in these seats across from each other, right? They had 2 seats there for my mom and dad, and then they had 1 seat here for me. And we weren't allowed to touch each other. We weren't allowed to hug. I had to sit there with my hands like on my lap like that. And I remember sitting down and my dad looking at me every time. And my dad just had like, you know when a man doesn't want to cry, but they got the tears like welled up in their eye pockets like that. And I remember my dad looking at me, and I remember just being like so ashamed, so ashamed. And my parents were so sad and so disappointed because they didn't know how to help me. And it was all because of my drug addiction. I love watching Josh's channel 23 and 1, and I love following Brittany. I love seeing their family. I love seeing how he's turned his life around, and now he's taking care of his children and his wife and doing the next right thing. I think it's really important for us to all focus on what really matters, and that's our families. Being in prison sucks. Having your freedom taken away is horrible. Having to listen to other grown men and women tell you when and where you can do things sucks, okay? Not being able to leave somewhere, being locked there, not being able to leave. I remember when they took me to prison and I was in the showers with these 2 big old giant girls on either side of me. And I was like, I can't leave. And then I went into the barracks and the other girls were talking about escape charges and how if you got caught running, you would get a 7-year escape charge. Okay? And I remember thinking, I can't even like skip because they might think I'm running and then give me 7 years, right? Like you had to walk everywhere you went. You couldn't, like, so many rules, right? And you're just locked there and you can't leave, and you can't go down the street to go get an ice cream cone. You can't get on the phone and call your family whenever you want to. Like, it fucking sucks. And I see so many people that have other channels, and this is really important. I want you guys to hear this. It's not cool to be in prison. It's not cool to be in a gang. It's not cool to have guns or drugs. Like, none of that stuff is cool. Just remember that. And I want y'all to know, like, I'm privating some videos and unlisting some videos here on my channel because I want y'all to understand, and I don't want to give out the wrong vibe, but, like, there's nothing cool about being a fucking junkie. There's nothing cool about losing your family and being locked up. There's nothing cool about committing illegal crimes. Like, it's all fucking bullshit. It sucks. And it all takes you away from your family, I'm not about that life anymore. I'm about helping people improve their lives. I'm about encouraging people to make changes in their lives. And I want y'all to also know that if you're struggling in your active addiction, there's always help out there. And there's people like me, there's people like Jeff from the recovery. There's people, all the people that are underneath me on my Patreon, Cindy, Hearts Love, all the girls, they will all help me help you find treatment. Like, there's no reason why you should ever have to go somewhere that you don't know the place or you don't trust the people. And all you have to do is reach out, okay? Hey, what's up, Arby? Detox lasted 24 days till I could sleep right, and all I got was Advil to help with the withdrawal. Yeah, it's horrible. So I just, sometimes I feel like I need to kind of just like let you, like, clarify what my message is here. I don't think that I ever really don't clarify it, but I just want to make sure. Like, it's really important to me that you guys know that there is support out there, that there is free support here on YouTube. You can come to my channel anytime and hang out with us on live streams. There's free support in our Facebook group at Real Talk Recovery. Okay, there's free support in the Discord. And I'm not going to ask you for any money. I'm not going to ask you to pay my bills. I'm not going to ask you to donate anything. Like, it's just free. It's there because, you know, first of all, it helps me stay sober, right? And then hopefully it helps other people. You know, I do have a regular job. Like, I'm employed by a company where I live. And, you know, I love my regular job. I don't want to quit it. I like what I do. But what I'm trying to say, oh, thanks, Liz. Liz always gets me a hot chocolate, y'all. What I'm trying to say is, like, I'm not here because I need anything from any of you guys. Okay? I'm not going to ever, you'll never catch me coming on here. It is the wilderness. It is, exactly. You're never going to catch me on here asking you guys for anything, okay? Now, if you join my Patreon and you want to support me on my Patreon, that is a way that you can support me with a monthly subscription, okay? It's $3, $5, $10, or $25, whichever tier you choose, right? But that's the only way that you'll ever have me come in here and talking about anything where there's money exchanged. Everything else I do here on my channel is just because I just do it because, like I said, it's free therapy for me and I enjoy helping other people, and it's literally my passion is giving back, okay, and helping people find recovery, helping people find support, helping people find resources. It's just like I really enjoy doing it, okay? But I just want you guys to understand that. Like, I think it's just, I just want you guys to be careful. Like, there's people on the internet that are just shady, okay? And they don't have your best interest at heart. Honestly, all they care about is getting ahead and their best interest. All right? So just protect yourself. If you have a feeling in your gut that someone's shady and that they're just in it for the money or for some kind of, you know, like clout or like, hey, look at me, then you need to listen to how you're feeling in your gut and get the hell away from those people, all right? I'm never going to, like, listen, I'm not about putting people out on blast here on my channel. Now, if y'all had been around about a year ago, I used to put people out on blast all the time. But not anymore. Because here's the thing, you guys. Like, I cannot make you guys listen to what I'm saying. I cannot change your mind. Honestly, you have to learn from experience. Just like I learned from experience, okay? I learned from experience who the people were not to trust. So it's just like, we all have to go through it, right? We all have to go through it and learn the hard way. It sucks. They really are the wilderness. It really is difficult to find people like that you can just, actually, that are really good people, you know? Right. And I try to keep that integrity by, like, telling you guys, like, it's really important to me because I'm not trying to sell anything to you. I'm not trying to sell recovery to you. I'm not trying to sell a whole vibe. Like I'm not trying to sell like shirts that say Nicole on them. Hey everybody! Look, can you guys imagine if I got if y'all would die if I did do that? Hey David, what are you doing, babe? If I did make shirts, it would be a literal joke, okay? And what we could do, we would do something hilarious. But I'll tell you this. There is this girl, she has a channel about... No, can you imagine if I got shirts that said, like, Nicole, Real Talk Recovery, I'm saving lives. I'm saving lives. With a cap on. What, not cap? A cape on, y'all. That's the next shirt. Whenever I get merch, it's going to be me in a Superwoman costume with a cape blowing in the wind. I'm saving lives, baby. What's up, Felicia? Listen, here's the thing, though, you guys. I'm not trying to be silly, but you guys know that no one saves anybody's life, okay? You are placed in a person's life by the grace of God, okay? And by the grace of God, you might have been used as an instrument in helping that person find recovery, okay? But baby, you ain't nobody special. You ain't Jesus. Okay? I'm not Jesus. I can't save any of you guys. But I can share with you what worked for me. But I don't save nobody's life. Do you know how do y'all understand how egotistical that sounds? To say, I'm saving lives. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. If you ever hear anybody say they're saving lives, you better run for the motherfucking hills. Do y'all hear me? If y'all hear somebody saying they're saving lives, get your ass gone. Okay? But anyway, I just thought that would be a funny shirt, though. And we could, all of us here on Real Talk Recovery would understand what we were meaning. You know? We would know that it was an inside joke. But honestly, I've heard people say kind of stuff like that before, you know? Well, listen, now, if you're literally saving lives, like doing open heart surgery, hey, Aaron, then I'll give, you know what? But still, even with the surgeons, they have been blessed with that skill and that knowledge, okay? To be able to do that. It's a gift from a power higher than us, you know? Yes, Kenneth, exactly. I'm sorry about the kitty cat, y'all. That's exactly what this is about. It's about helping others helps me. And that's why I help people. Not because I want clout or I want people to give me a pat on the back. It's nothing like that. Helping others literally saves my life. It saves my life to give back to others. It helps me stay sober. And so that's why I do what I do. Not because I want you guys to think, you know, bye, Aaron. Not because I want you guys to, like, pat me on the back or, you know, give me a high five or something. It's not about that. And it's not because I need people to, like, notice me or give me praise, right? Like, I cannot explain it to you guys any better than this. Like, if I don't help people and I don't be of service, then I'm not going to live. Okay? I'm not going to live. I won't be here, you guys. I won't be alive. If I don't give back to others, I won't be alive. You don't need the validation that some people need. And here's the thing, okay? I love everyone, and I want other people who are struggling to find help that they need, and I want them to be able to resonate with a message, okay? I want you guys to be able to feel what I'm talking about, all right? That's why when I share things, I can't help it. I cannot help it. My emotions come through when I'm talking. I'm very passionate about protecting people from other people, okay? I'm very passionate about sniffing out people who are not genuine. And when I find those people and I feel that feeling, sometimes I get bamboozled and I'll go back and I'll think maybe they're, good night, Irish Reaper Man, love you. Sometimes I'll think, oh, maybe they changed their ways. I'm going to tell you something right now. My mom taught me this a long time ago. A leopard don't never change its spots. They can't. It's just not how it is. All right? I really thought, and listen, I do believe that people can be like rehabilitated and turn over a new leaf. But some people just have it in them to just not be good. Do you know what I'm saying? Or this is the other side of it. Some people are just hurting so bad on the inside that they can't help but hurt other people. And a lot of the times when I encounter people, that's what I think it is. I think it's people who, they want people to think that they're like confident in themselves and that they feel great on the inside, but deep down on the inside, they are hurting so badly. You know, I'll see you later. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate you coming in and talking about your experience in prison and just saying that because it reminded me of my parents coming to visit me. And so thanks for coming in, Fractal. I appreciate you. And look, this is not like, listen, I want y'all to understand something. This is not me shading anybody here on YouTube or directly talking about one person. This is my experience overall the last 3 years. Okay. The first year I was on Facebook, and that's all I messed with was Facebook and people that were on Facebook that had sober time and were sharing their stories, right? And I'm going to tell you, I've met some of the most amazing sober people from Facebook. And then I've also watched this industry turn people into greedy, lying, horrible people. Hey, Cory, what's up, baby? And then I've seen people get fucking high because they went into a job, they started working for a treatment center at 1 year sober or 6 months sober, and then they started making that money because that treatment center was paying them hella cash, okay, to get people that have insurance into treatment, right? Hey, Gunny, what's up, girl? And then these addicts, they only got 6 months sober or 1 year sober, and they start working for these places. These places don't care about you. You are a walking billboard for a treatment center. Think about it this way. If you are an internet personality, if you're a public figure, whatever you want to call it, influencer, you could call people like that have YouTube channels influencers, okay? So you got the prison influencers, right? The people who are talking to you about what it was like when they were in prison, why they don't want to go back, stuff like that. You got recovery YouTubers who are recovery influencers. Like my whole gig here on my channel is to influence you to make changes in your life and seek recovery. You dig? Okay. When I say a lot of these influencers, they work so hard to build up their following, okay? It's taken me 2 years to get to 2,000 subscribers, y'all. It's hard work. And so what happens is these big companies, right, who have treatment centers or have, maybe they want you to like advertise their therapy, BetterHelp therapy, okay? They'll come to somebody that has a larger platform and they'll say, hey, I see you got 15,000 subscribers. I see you got 20,000 subscribers. I see you got 100,000 subscribers. Well, let's make a deal. If you could advertise my BetterHelp, or if you could advertise my treatment center to your audience, I'll pay you $2,000 a month or $2,000 referral. Okay? What's up, Jeff? And then that's what happens. Then these influencers They started out for the right reasons. They started out because they wanted to help people. They wanted to have a audience of people that knew what they were going through. Maybe they started out because they were all alone and they wanted friends, or, you know, and listen, there's nothing wrong with getting money off of your job, like making this your job and doing deals with different brands and stuff. But here's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the integrity of the person. I'm not going to take a deal with some fucking therapy place. Okay? And I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys, yep, I went to BetterHelp and I called them every single day and now I'm sober because of it. Bullshit. I don't know. I've never talked to BetterHelp in my life. But you understand what I'm saying? I'm just using that as an example. Allegedly, my conspiracy, whatever, you know? I'm just using that name as an example. There's other companies that do the same thing. And what they do is they see you as a cash cow, okay? If you're a person on YouTube who has a channel and you have a good following, you're revenue to these companies. And so it's absolutely okay to want to better your life and make money for your family, right? But if you are somebody like me with a channel about recovery, in order to succeed and to really keep that relationship that you have built with your audience, you need to be 100% transparent at all times. Okay? If I was to... Sorry, guys. There we go. Oh, sorry about that. If I let's say a treatment center here where I work, or where I live, reached out to me. Hey, Captain, we're just talking about integrity. Let's say a treatment center here where I live. So let's say the treatment center that I graduated from in 2015 called me and said, hey, Nicole, we saw your YouTube channel and we were wondering if we could work with you. Okay. First of all, I know without a shadow of a doubt that treatment center is the bomb. Okay. Because I went to that treatment center. But as a person in recovery and as a person on YouTube, if I was going to bring that treatment center and kind of put them in my description box or shout them out at the end of a video, right? I would come on my channel and I would say, hey guys, so you remember that treatment center I told y'all the story time about, the one that I graduated from? And I would say, I have an opportunity to where they're going to pay me XYZ for me to help advertise for their center. And of course, it would basically be for people in Arkansas because it's in Arkansas, you know? But the thing what I'm trying to say is, like, I would come on here and I would be 100% transparent with you guys. And I would tell you guys, you know, I believe in this center because I was in that treatment center. But this is the thing, what happens is a lot of people, they're trying to get ahead and maybe they're not making money on their YouTube channel. Maybe they're in a bad way. And some treatment center reaches out to them that's in California or Hawaii or New York, and they're in Georgia, okay? And they say, hey, we'll fly you out here. You can come check out our treatment center, and then we'll be able to, you could talk about it on your YouTube channel. So you go out there for one day, maybe a weekend, and you see it. They put on the works for you. They buy you steaks. They take you out to the ocean. They buy you a new outfit. I mean, they're whining and dining you because you are literally going to be making them money. Okay, so of course they're gonna, it's kind of like the drug companies when they're trying to get doctors to use the prescriptions that they have, right? They're going to come in, they're going to take those doctors out for dinner. Oh man, look at Oxycontin. Oxycontin has no addictive, and is non-addictive. And then the doctors are prescribing it to everybody. Do you understand what I'm saying, you guys? So, like, when a person has an audience or a group of people that are following them, like, I know that because you guys are here on my channel, a lot of you guys take what I say just because I said it. And you trust me, right? And so with that comes power. With that comes influence. And so it's on me to be honest and to make sure that I'm not leading you guys astray. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Y'all feel what I'm putting down? And that's probably why a lot of people don't fuck with me, because I will not be had. Okay? I will never cash cow out for some cause, okay? I'm never going to sell out to make money off of other people's backs. That's not I'm just not like that. It literally rots my soul. I hate even thinking about it. Okay? It makes me feel icky on the inside. And listen, I'm not rich, y'all. I'm not rich. Okay? Me and my husband, we live paycheck to paycheck. All right? But we both work hard. We're both able-bodied. We're both doing the best that we can, right? And we know that as long as we keep on the right path and we keep doing what we're supposed to be doing, everything's going to be okay, right? I do understand why it can be tempting for some people because they're struggling financially, right? Hey, make that funny. Or they're in a bad way. Maybe their family is just like not supporting them anymore. And then I also see where a lot of these big companies see us addicts and they say, well, they're gullible. They're naive. They don't know any better. They don't understand the business. So let me just show them a bunch of money and then they'll grab the bait, right? Power and influence can be a great thing or a bad thing. Just keep it 100 with yourself. Your sincerity is evident, but you would be foolish to think tempting deals will not come your way. Well, Daniel, I probably am a little foolish, but I'm going to tell you this, and I know that. That's why, listen, here's the thing. That's why I want to always keep a transparency with people that I'm on my YouTube channel. And I also think that's why it's really important for me not to turn the work that I do for service into my job that I get paid for. There's a difference between helping people because you do it because it saves your own life, because you have to do it. Like, I don't think you understand the pull to help people is like, if I don't give back, I'm going to die. Like, I'm not going to be able to live. I will relapse. I know it. I've seen it. I've done it a million times. I've relapsed so many times. And I've seen so many people relapse because they got into these jobs where people are paying them large sums of money. And you have to think about it this way. These are addicts who have been in their active addiction for 10, 20 years, right? And then they clean up and they look nice and they start talking about their recovery and you're like, wow. And us addicts, we are some of the smartest, hustling, manipulating, just all around we can get anybody to do anything. We go hard. Do you know what I'm saying? And so what happens is they see these people and they say, oh, I can take that person and I can mold them, right? I can mold them into what I want them to be. And then they start paying them. And imagine being an addict with like 5 years sober or 2 years sober or 1 year sober, right? And being paid upwards to $60,000, $100,000 a year. Maybe even lump sums of cash. All right? Imagine how triggering that would be. And then imagine hearing people telling you every day that you're saving somebody's life. Imagine that. Imagine somebody telling you, hey, Joe, you just saved that girl's life because you took her insurance policy and put her into treatment. No, you didn't just save her life. First of all, she had insurance. Anybody with insurance can go to treatment, you guys. Just know that. If you have insurance and you're struggling in your active addiction, you don't have to call anybody to get help. Okay? All you got to do is go down to the local treatment center, knock on the door and say, hey, I've got Blue Cross Blue Shield PPOs. Who will take me? All right? And they'll help you find somebody in your network. Or you can call your insurance company and they'll do the same. All right? We've been seeing some crazy stuff going on here on YouTube. It's been everywhere, really, Cindy. And it's been going on Transparency and accountability is the key to everything in life. I understand and feel the pull to help, to be of service. You're right on point with what you're doing. Thanks, Daniel. I really appreciate you for being here, man. And I kind of just went on here on a tangent, you guys, and I didn't plan on staying on for very long. I was just going to let you guys know I was taking the night off from doing a video because I really try to keep all my videos really, really positive, okay? But I have this just like, I have this weight inside of my heart that's telling me to please tell you guys to be careful who you trust. Be careful who you trust, okay? Don't get sucked into things like I do. I trust everyone until they've given me a reason to not be trusted. And that's really, really screwed me over. So be very careful. You are so important to me, and I don't want any of you to be hurt or taken advantage of. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I think it's so important now that I have a lot of you guys that are new to my channel for like me to sit you down and tell you, like, I'm never going to come on here and ask you for anything. Like, I work my butt off on my channel and I work my butt off at my real job. And I'm never going to come on here begging for donations, putting up any kind of GoFundMes, or I just don't do those kind of things, because what I feel like happens if you do that is it crosses a line, okay? How can you take me seriously when I'm trying to share with you about recovery and what to do to change your life? If I'm coming on here asking for money, that shows that, one, I don't have my life together. If I'm having to come on here, and two, that shows that all I really think of you guys as are people that can pay my way. Do you feel what I'm saying? Y'all understand me? I don't do those things because, and I see a lot of opportunity to do those things, okay? I have a shitty phone that I record videos on, okay? I could throw up a GoFundMe real quick, and I'm sure half the channel would donate it to it for me to get a new camera, right? Or a nice iPhone to record videos. But that's the thing, you guys. Half of the journey is putting in the work. Half of the journey is doing the motherfucking work and then seeing the benefits of that work. That's what builds character. That's what builds us as people. So, you know, I have a couple of girls that I work with that I sponsor, and I'm real hard on these girls about stuff like that, because you don't have to, you can do this on your own. And if you can't, you don't reach out to people on the internet, people you've never met in your whole entire life. If you're struggling financially and you need support, get with some people in your family and handle your business. I had no idea how much of a corrupt money racket this rehab rep thing was. And I'm not just taking Nicole's word. I've done research, and it's fucking sad. It really is. Be as gentle as a dove, but be wise as a serpent. Hi, Nicole and chat. Been here for about 5 minutes, listening while I grill up some food. What's up, Woken SoCal? And here's the thing, you guys. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, I'm not talking about anybody on here on YouTube. Please know that. Like, I'm just kind of like trying to share something with you guys that's been a huge problem for a long time. Okay? And here, Daniel, I just saw motives, so I know this is going to be a good comment. I've had to continually examine my motives, my heart, and my purpose. And I have surrounded myself with people I've given authority to correct and rebuke me when I'm stepping out of line. Daniel, yes. And so the motives, okay? Checking our motives is part of, it's a 12-step thing, right? I learned that in AA. Okay, and so in the evening time when I go to bed at night, I try to look over. It's called taking a 10th step inventory. An inventory of the things that happened that day. If you need to go back and make an amends and make things right, do what you got to do, right? So every evening when I go to bed at night, I try to check and see, was there someone that I hurt? Can I have gone about something a different way? And then I also have people in my life who will literally call me and tell me, girl, you're acting crazy. What's going on here? Or they'll text me just to help me stay in check, because I am so passionate about the things that I talk about here on my channel. Sometimes I can be blinded by that passion, and I can just go, and I'm just like, I gotta save everybody. First time here on your lives. It's Kenneth, I'm glad that you're here and you're enjoying it. And normally our live streams are about, recovery and what to do to stay sober. And maybe every now and then I'll tell an addiction story. But today I don't know. I just felt like I needed to come on here and talk to you guys about this. Okay. So it's been going on for a long time. And as the opioid epidemic continues and people are continuing to die from this disease, the more people are going to start popping up that are taking people and taking advantage of them. No, I'm going to take the night off tonight, Captain. I hope you guys understand and you're not upset. Seeing that John Oliver Expo on Rehab Incorporated, heartbreaking and infuriating. Yes. And so listen, I'm no better than anybody else, you guys. I struggle every day, okay? I have to check my motives every single day, right? I have to check and make sure, am I doing this for the right reason? Am I coming on my channel and sharing this with you for the right reason? I'm sharing this information with you because, one, I don't think a lot of you understand or know how serious it is. Two, I know a lot of you are struggling and lost, and you think that you have to take the first options given to you, and you don't. I want you guys to protect yourselves and be very, very picky about where you seek help, okay? And make sure, exactly, listen to this. A lady said something the other day that really stuck with me, you guys. She said, you wouldn't take your kids to somebody on Facebook to have them get their vaccines, would you? You wouldn't take your mother-in-law who has congestive heart failure to a doctor that you found off of Facebook or YouTube, would you? Or would you take them to a doctor that you have done research on and you have searched and you have made sure that they have their credentials and they're good doctors, right? Your life is in the motherfucking hands of the treatment center that you go to. Don't just go and pick a treatment center off of a damn YouTube channel or off of a video or a commercial. This is your life, okay? And if your life doesn't, let's say you have mental illness. Let's say you need dual diagnosis treatment, and one of these little popular gurus of recovery take you and throw you in a treatment center where all they do is teach you 12 steps, and that's it. No other therapies, no other seeing a psychiatrist, nothing, right? And then you leave. But you needed mental help, okay? A lot of the times, us addicts need mental illness treatment first. So at the treatment center I went to here where I live, they had a psychiatrist, we had a therapist, and it was really, I don't work for them. I'm just saying this because I went there. It was probably the best treatment center I've went to, and it's called Oasis here in Little Rock, Arkansas. Look it up. And the doctor that I see now was the doctor that I saw when I was in Oasis. That's how long we've been with each other, for 4.5 years, Exactly. Just because they have some hot chick or guy representing them that have a good story to tell doesn't mean they are legit. Right. And here's the thing. It's almost like I feel like sharing our addiction stories and it's become this thing where people are trying to advertise off of it. Okay. Listen, I know that getting sober is a huge accomplishment, and I'm not trying to take that away from anybody, okay? But it's not anything special. Okay, how do I want to say this? Okay, if you're in recovery, you're not a celebrity, okay? When we get sober, that's what we were supposed to be doing all along, was being sober and doing the next right thing. And when we get sober, imagine if you guys got sober and you started sharing your story. Okay, I'll cook you something now. And all these people started going, oh, hey, Joe, your story is so inspiring. And they started setting you up to tell your story all over the world, okay? I want you to hang with me and listen to this. And so now you associate telling your story with getting pats on the back, getting validation, getting told how awesome you are, right? Instead of what it is, which is you're giving back to help others. It totally takes away from the message and the purpose, which is to share our experience to help others. Not to become famous, not to get paid. And that's why, Okay, that's why, you guys, whenever you start sharing your, damn, I got out of breath. Whenever you start sharing your experience, strength, and hope, like anybody that asks me, hey, Nicole, I want to start a YouTube channel. I've got 30 days sober. I think it's amazing. Hey, Cory. I think it's amazing that you guys are inspired to tell your stories. But the biggest advice I can give you is to hold off until you have a year sober. Because at least at a year sober, you have enough knowledge of what's going on in the world and what's going on with people who are trying to profit off of addiction recovery. And you are strong enough in your recovery to where you actually can help others and you can give back. Does that mean that you can't help others when you're 30 days sober? That's not what I'm saying. Everybody can give others hope, okay? But there is like certain things that are appropriate for someone with 30 days sober. Okay, if somebody with 30 days sober that wants to give back what was so freely given to them could go, and while we're at a meeting, they could share during the meeting, hi, my name's Nicole, and I'm an alcoholic, and today I have 30 days sober. And then that's a way that you give hope to still sick and suffering. The people that are in there that are like, I'm never going to get 30 days sober, right? There are ways that you can inspire other people that will also keep you safe in your recovery. Okay? I'm worried about that couple in Las Vegas, Cody Bishop and his girlfriend, because I sense that they are falling victim to rehab scams. You know, I don't know about that whole situation, but I do think it's kind of convenient how people are basically profiting off of the most vulnerable moment in their lives. I think it's really dangerous to take people who are struggling in active addiction on the street, okay, and then taking them and putting them on TV for all God and everybody to see. So now, if Cody and his girlfriend get sober and they change their life, they're forever going to be known. He's forever going to be known as the guy from that picture of him when he was healthy and then the picture of him now. And that is so, when I saw that picture, I genuinely bawled my eyes out. I cried my eyes out because I thought, this is his most vulnerable time. I'm all about helping people, you guys. I'm all about encouraging you guys to make changes, right? But I don't think it's right to take people who are in active addiction and exploit them for advertisement, for financial gain, for clout, for recognition, for validation. You know, for a little bit there, I was thinking about, hey, I would love to have people come on the channel and share their stories if they're struggling, right? But then I thought about it and I prayed about it and I thought, no, Nicole, you can't have people on your channel that are in active addiction because, one, they don't know what they're saying. They could come on the channel and say all kinds of stuff, and then 6 months down the line, they could call me and say, take that shit down. Which, if anybody ever called me and reached out to me and wanted an interview taken down, I would take it down, drop of a hat. Just say the words and I'll delete it. Right? But the thing about it is, it's just difficult, you guys, because, you know, we want to spread a message of hope and recovery, but the way to do that isn't to put people's lives on blast who are struggling. The way to spread the message is to share our experiences. Now that we are living our lives in sobriety and we're changing and making moves, it's to share me. That's why it's so important for us to keep the focus on ourselves, okay? For a long time, you guys, I struggled with that because I wanted to, like, you know, that's why I always, like, when I do my interviews and somebody says something that resonates with me, like the other day when me and Jexie were doing our interview. Sorry if it's crooked, but I have to have it sitting like that. She said some stuff that really made me think of some things I've been through, right? And so I'm like, yeah. And I kind of interject and say, yeah, girl, I've been there too, blah, blah, blah. But I think it's great to share people's experience, strength, and hope when they're sober and they're living their lives right. But I think there's a fine line between basically exploiting those people's suffering, okay? That's what it is. And I really, really do feel for those two kids, and I hope to God, I really do pray to God that what's going on and the people that they're with have their best interest at heart. Honestly, I can't say yes or no because I don't know those people that they're with. I don't know the treatment center that they're in. I don't know any of those people, you know? But I do know that all things that are done in the dark eventually come to the light. So if there's any shady practices being done, I promise you guys that it'll all come out in the wash. Do you feel what I'm saying? It will all come out in the wash. So here's our job, Captain. I see you, girl. You got your tinfoil hat on. Conspiracy theorists. Here's our job. Our job is to not go around speculating or starting gossip or rumors. Our job is to hold accountable for the facts. So the facts are that they are in treatment right now, which is amazing. That they have been blasted all over the United States, which I do not agree with. But we don't know. We don't know. They could have signed a release. I'm sure they did. Because I'm sure people go back and say, take that stuff down right now. Does that make it right? No, because you're asking somebody for a release that's high on drugs. You're asking somebody, hey, can I put this video up? And they're stoned out of their mind. So how can they make a clear decision on what they want to be done with that? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like if you had somebody that was just, in the hospital that had just been given an epidural, or some kind of like really strong sedative. I wouldn't go in and say, hey, here's some divorce papers. Will you sign these? You know what I mean? Like, that would make it null and void because they're not in their right mind. So I think it's just really important for us as a community in recovery to hold other people accountable that we see making these mistakes and let them know, like, we see what you're doing and we're watching. And that's the thing. I see what a lot of people are doing and I'm just sitting back and I'm watching, If I believe something's wrong, y'all are going to be the first people to know about it, I'm glad that people are getting help, you guys. Like, this is what other people will try to say. They'll try to spin this and say, oh, Nicole's just hating. Nicole's just hating because she's not getting paid to be whatever, right? I'm not hating on anybody. That's not what this is about. This is about protecting the still sick and suffering addicts. This is why Alcoholics Anonymous doesn't go on press, radio, and film. This is why they are their own entity and they don't, because this is the shit that's starting to happen now. Back in the day, this would not have happened, No, I understand what you're saying, just going by my gut. I know what you know. I know what you mean. And listen, I'm kind of just coming on here and we are just talking, y'all. I'm just sharing with you guys some things that have been really weighing heavy on my heart and that I've been seeing happening. And here's the thing, the recovery community, this is my community, okay? Y'all are my family. And I would feel like a fake, phony, and a fraud if I didn't come on and tell you that there were wolves in the backyard. Hey, you guys, we all live in this house. We got a beautiful trampoline outside. But don't go outside at night because the wolves are out there. If I didn't tell you that and then you went outside and them wolves ate you right up. There's wolves all around us in this community, okay, in sheep's clothing, disguising themselves as people who want to help you, all right? Is it my job to tell you where the wolves are at? Nope. It's just my job to tell you that they're there. And you got to learn on your own who the real people are. It is Kenneth. Kenneth, let me tell you a little story. So after I worked the AA 12 steps with my sponsor, we were together for like a year and a half, and then I started working with this other lady. This other lady that I worked with, she is 70. She got 31 years sober. And she actually went to Celebrate Recovery. And I'd only been to Celebrate Recovery one time. And so, of course, being her sponsee, she said, you have to come to Celebrate Recovery with me. No questions asked. So I went, and I loved it. And I bought all the books, and we worked through the 12 steps, Celebrate Recovery 12 steps, which are basically the same as the regular ones. They're just more focused on God and the scripture, which I love both ways, but I love Celebrate Recovery because no one ever judged me there. I never got any flack about being on maintenance. Nothing. So Celebrate Recovery is an amazing, amazing program, especially if you guys are seeking to like build your faith in Jesus Christ more, you know? So, okay, I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I wanted to say that I could talk to you guys about? I just literally went on a tangent for an hour about shady internet people and rehab people. You know, and like I said, it's no hate towards anyone, you guys. Like, I don't hate anyone. In fact, I've gone out of my way to make amends with several people that I did have disagreements with in the past. Now, does that mean that we're best friends and like I'm over here holding up a sign for them? No. But that means that like I don't hate anyone. What it means is I've been burned once, so I'm keeping an eye out. Do y'all understand me? It's been really hard for me on YouTube because I believe what I believe in, and I don't bend for anybody. Okay? I know in my heart of hearts that what I'm saying and what I'm doing is the right thing to do. Okay? Without a shadow of a doubt. And I want to come on here and share that with you guys. And I feel a moral duty. I feel like this is my responsibility to keep you guys informed and help you guys see what's really going on. Okay? So always remember, this is my real life. This is not a show. This channel isn't for entertainment purposes only. This is my life. These are my beliefs. This is my truth. This is what I stand for. That's what we do here on Real Talk Recovery. This is what I stand for, and this is what I believe in. Okay? Be very careful. And if you guys ever have any questions, or you're like, I don't know about this situation, text me. Give me a call. Hey, Caleb. What's up, baby? So Caleb wants to know, do you only do the Mara meetings on Fridays? So those are my scheduled ones, Fridays at 7. But I'm here to tell you, Caleb, on Monday nights, we do a big book study, which is, okay, so we went through the whole, did we go through the whole thing? Yeah, we basically went through the whole big book, and I have like all these videos. I'll put a playlist together for you guys of all those big book studies because it was awesome. But we went through the big book and we finished up that series. But now I have the Narcotics Anonymous basic text. And what I was thinking we could do is we could either do the Narcotics Anonymous basic text and just kind of like read it together, you know, and learn together. Like I said, I'm not teaching you guys anything. Like, we're learning together, okay? I'm not a professor. I'm not a guru of recovery. Like, I'm just sharing with you guys what I've learned along the way, what I've learned from my sponsor, what I've learned from other people in recovery, what I've learned from AA, NA, CA, CR. Like, I'm just sharing this information with you guys. Always get a second opinion. Always go out and do your research. If you have any questions, and you're like, I don't know about what that girl Nicole said. Always check it out, but for the most part, everything I talk about over here is going to be recovery related. Mara meetings on Friday night, Monday nights, it's an organized kind of meeting style. If you guys want me to start doing another Mara meeting, like we can do, Caleb, are you still here? Do you guys really enjoy the Mara meetings? If you really are enjoying that, we can do them on Mondays and Fridays from now on. So that way we can have one at the beginning of the week, and then we can have one at the end of the week. Hey, Daniel, I know you called right when I was on this live stream. That's why I ignored it. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to ignore you. But I'll call you after we get done with this if you want to. What's up, Carly? How you doing, girl? I'm glad you caught me too. How are you doing, sweetheart? I've been seeing a couple of your comments about being on maintenance, and I just want you to know that I'm so proud of you. And Daniel touched on this last night when he called in and shared, you guys, don't be ashamed of being on maintenance, okay? Don't let the judgment from others and the naysayers and the people who say that, don't let them change your opinion or influence how you're feeling about your recovery. Because when it's all said and done, guess what? It's your recovery. Guess who's going to be there for you when you struggle? Okay? You and your family and your loved ones. Those are going to be the people that are in your life. I learned that the hard way, you guys. I came onto this platform and I thought that every person that I made a video with, I thought that every person that commented on my channel, I thought that every person that showed me support was going to be my best friend. Y'all, I'm so naive. And I really just put so much into it, right? And I ended up really getting hurt by a couple of people. But hey, you live and you learn. Okay, so what we'll start doing, Caleb, it's at 7 p.m. Central. Is that a good time? Because here's the thing. If 7 is too early for you guys, I can go on later on Friday nights. I can go on at 8, if that would be better, because I want to be able to accommodate you guys. And if I need to do multiple Mara meetings a week, I will. So that way, those of you that maybe go to Celebrate Recovery on Friday nights and you can't make it on Friday nights, then you can make it to the Monday night one. So if y'all want, I'll add another one in at the beginning of the week. So that way we can have 2, and the people who can't make it to Friday can make it to Monday, and vice versa. Y'all, I am just now starting this whole call-in thing, and I just have to tell you, last night, that was just so. I was excited last night. I was blown away by you guys calling in and sharing. And that's what I love about meetings in real life. I love sitting in a meeting and being able to hear other people share their experience, strength, and hope, and share the solution. And I felt like every one of you that called last night was really, you stuck in the solution, you were being positive, you were sharing what worked for you. And it was so inspiring to hear you guys, because it's how I feel. And so having you guys call in, it was like I was getting to talk. I said this last night too. I was talking to my people. Do you know what I mean? I'm finding my fucking crew, my tribe, my homies, my gang. Y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all are my people. And it was just I was radiating after I got off that live stream. I went and talked to my husband. He came home then. I went and got tacos, and then Neil came home. And I told him, I said, you don't understand. It was amazing. it was like the whole room was filled up with just good energy. And it was chills all down my spine, you know? I mean, I couldn't hold back the tears when I hung up with you guys last night because I was just so moved by you guys' testimonies. And that's what I want to keep on doing. I want to keep on having you guys call in, share your experience, strength, and hope. If you guys enjoy that. How is it on y'all's end? Can you hear people when they're calling in good? Because I think what I'm going to do is I might need to get some kind of microphone or something. Because what I'm doing is I'm live streaming off my laptop on that Streamlabs. So I live stream off the laptop and then I have my cell phone on speaker. So I'm going to call one of my buddies who's like real techie and ask him if there's something I can get that will help make the sound crisper. Oh, it was? Okay, good. You know what I mean? Last night was awesome. I could hear them pretty good though. Okay, good, Caleb. That makes me happy to hear that you guys could hear. So I know that there's some things that I can improve, like quality wise, and just bear with me, you guys. Hang in there with me, because as we go down the road, as the holidays pass, Christmas time's coming up. You know, I got to get my son Christmas gifts. I know, I'm finishing up and then I'm going to do it. Do you want a turkey sandwich? No. You want grilled cheese? You want a bowl of cereal? Cookies? Yeah. Okay. I'll get you some right now, son. As we progress with the channel, and as my Patreon grows, I'm saving up the money that I make from my Patreon for a camera and all that stuff. Hey, Apache Wolf. This world really needs to see what long-term sobriety looks like, assisted by medication. I am an open book in my life. I know, Daniel, and I'm so glad that you called in. You and Cindy, I'm so proud of you guys. Now, listen, Misty and Landon, I love them too, but hearing you guys share about being sober 15 and 8 years, like I want to get to that point. You know what I mean? Like, and so it gives me hope that I can get there. Do you know what I'm saying? It gives me inspiration. I never thought I would get to 4 years, you guys. I never thought it. Woke in SoCal, listen to me, okay? And I'm getting to that point in my life where dairy and cheese, you guys, is so hard on my stomach. It makes it to where I literally, and my face, finally, I got that medicine and I put it on last night, you guys, and I think that I really, really like it. So when I went to Sephora yesterday, the girl gave me this Mario Badescu, Ole Hendrickson acne medicine, and then some other medicine for my face, and I put it on last night. Gang. I'm so constipated from my Suboxone. Okay, Carly. Good topic. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be on here talking for a little bit. So any of you guys have any side effects that you're going through from your Suboxone, put them down in the comments and I'll talk to you guys. So with the constipation, Carly, that's a normal side effect. I'm not a doctor, but I'll tell you what works for me and my husband because we're both on the medication. First of all, you need to make sure that you're staying hydrated. You're drinking plenty of water, okay? A lot of the reasons why we get constipated is because we're dehydrated. We don't drink enough water. Number 2, you need to get a probiotic, okay? A probiotic pill and a vitamin, like a women's 1-a-day pill, okay? And take those daily. Number 2, go to Walgreens, Walmart, Kroger, and get yourself a bottle of Miralax. It's a white powder. You mix it into your water and you drink it. It is a very subtle laxative / stool softener kind of thing. It's not going to kick in like where you're like, oh, it just, you take it, you drink it every day, every other day, and it will help your stomach and it'll help you go to the bathroom so much better. Okay. So we got that. And then what else? There's also a medication if you are getting to the point where it's like so bad that you haven't pooped in weeks. Stimulant laxatives that you can get over the counter, or you can talk to your doctor about it. Daniel, that's what I was going to say next. Fiber, fiber, fiber. My husband takes the fiber pills. We got a big economy size bottle of them. Honestly, you guys, I poop every single morning like clockwork, baby. And so I've never had a problem, but I still drink a lot of water and I take vitamins. Hold on, let me take Nate his cookies. Nate, here you go. My husband's taking a nap, so that's okay. But I hope those things will help you out, girl. Now, some other side effects that I know that I started really noticing when I first got on Suboxone was sweating. Ugh, like just sweating. So I would go to the doctor and I would tell him, like, I'm sweating, I can't stop sweating, right? And there's even a medication that they prescribe to help you to not sweat so much. But I don't take that. It's kind of dissipated. The lower I get on my dose, the more the sweating goes away. So, yeah. I've been on Suboxone for 4.5 years, and I've gotten to 6 milligrams on my taper, and then November 14th, I go down to 4. I don't know what it's called, Lisa, but there is a medication. There was a girl that was in my group, and she had to wait tables, right? And so she would be waiting tables and leading over, and she was like, you don't understand, like, I'm dripping sweat trying to wait tables. And so our doctor wrote her this prescription, and it helped her so much because she, like, literally couldn't wait tables because she was dripping sweat, you know? And so that would suck. But I don't know why the medication makes us do that, but it makes me sweat too. So don't be ashamed or embarrassed. Anyway, I'm not going to hold you guys hostage anymore. I will absolutely ask my doctor. I go to see the doctor on November 14th. And, you know, I used to talk about having my doctor on my channel, and I've never asked him, but what I'll do when I go to see him this next, 2 weeks from now, I'm going to ask him if he'll come on and do a episode with me and just answer questions and stuff. Would you guys like that if I can get my personal doctor to come on and talk with you guys about maintenance and about how he treats me and others in the clinic? We need to pursue life and health the same way we pursued our addiction. If we just put that much effort into it, the result will be amazing, and our families will thank us for decades. Yes! Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, Nicole, and all. Have an amazing night. Thank you. Y'all too. Okay, here's the thing. No, it's not actually, Mr. Nation, and I saw you the other day, so welcome. I'm not in withdrawal. If I was, I would tell you, I promise, but I'm not. I take my medication every single day. The sweating is not from withdrawal. The acne is not from withdrawal. My face is breaking out because I have hormonal acne all right here on my chin and all right here and right here. And that's from my hormones. I need to get on either a low dose of birth control, or I need to get on something for my hormones. You feel me? So that's what that is. And I haven't been to the doctor for my female stuff in about a year. So that appointment is coming upon us. I have to go do that and get all that stuff checked out, and that'll make me feel a whole bunch better. I know it will. And also I'll be able to get, like, because it's not bad, it's just like, you know, little spots. I have seen people who have, you know, really, really bad hormonal acne that goes all the way across their chin and all right here, and it will get to the point where it's like lumped up. And, I complain about mine a lot, you guys, because it makes me really uncomfortable and it makes me feel insecure because I am on camera. But in all actuality, it's really not that bad. So, I heard withdrawal makes you sweat. Harry, I'm sure it does, but for me, I've been on the medication for 4 years. I'm not in withdrawal. Yes, Caleb, are you wanting to call in? I would love for you to call in. Hey, Landon. Yeah, I promise you guys, I would know if I was in withdrawal. I've been in withdrawal many, many, many times. And I've been detoxing many, many, many times too. It has been like that. Okay, Captain, come right back. I have been sweating from the medication since I started the medication, from the day that I came into the clinic, got prescribed the medication, and walked out the door. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'd have to schedule it though. So, okay, Caleb, Monday night at 7, Wednesday night at 7, Friday night at 7. I am going to open up the phone lines. Anytime you guys want to call in on Monday, Wednesdays, or Fridays, you're more than welcome to call in. Because the fan is on, girl. Did you think there was a mouse up there? David, yes. Okay, y'all, I think maybe Mr. Nation isn't on medically assisted treatment, because I know that a lot of you guys that are on maintenance understand being on maintenance, either methadone. Sorry about that. It really does make you sweat. I don't know why. I do, Landon. I do. It's called Sublocade. Wow, that's awesome. It encourages me if I ever go down any further. Daniel, let me tell you something, okay? And listen, if I get down to 2 milligrams or 1 milligram and I don't feel like I can go any lower, I'm just going to stay at that. But I'll always be so transparent, 100%. I'll tell you guys. I'm not going to risk relapsing to get off Suboxone and you know what I'm saying? Y'all are going to be going through the whole ride with me. Okay. So if it gets really bad and I can't handle it, I'm going to tell you guys, and it is what it is. I care more about my son and my life and my husband and just everything I've worked so hard for, you guys, this channel, than to throw it all away, Okay, Landon. My friend has a channel. His name is Jeff. His channel is called The Recovery. Can somebody grab Jeff's link and link it in the chat for Landon? It's called The Recovery, and he is actually on Sublocade. He transferred from Suboxone onto Sublocade. He's actually came on my channel and shared his story. So I'll also send you that video in a link, but what he did was he went from Suboxone onto Sublocade. I don't remember how they transferred him from one to the other, but I know that he has really he's had a really good experience with being on Sublocade. They give you the shot in your stomach. It does leave a little bump, he said, but for the most part, it's not that bad. And the way they start you out is they give you a 100 milligram shot, I think. And that's supposed to last you 30 days. And what it does is the medication slowly goes into your system as those 30 days go by. And then the next 30 days you go in, they give you another shot, I felt zero withdrawal from 8 milligrams to 2 milligrams. Yes, lab girl. So that has been my experience so far with tapering. When I went from 8 to 6, I didn't notice any sickness or anything like that. The only thing I noticed was yawning. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yawning. I hate that. But it wasn't like I was going through sick ass withdrawal or anything like that. It was just the yawn. And let me think what else. I'm going to tell you though, yes, it is contagious. If you don't like taking Suboxone every day and having to dose Sublocade is a really great option because it takes the responsibility off of you. And I know for a lot of addicts, especially like me, I know for me, when I first started taking Suboxone, I thought that if I overtook it, that it would make me feel better. Damn straight, Nicole. The only thing that matters is your sobriety, not a milligram difference in your medication. That's right. Thank you, Cindy. So that, Landon, heads up. That's Jeff's channel, the guy that's on Sublocade. Sweating is just a part of it, something I've learned to live with. Me too, Daniel. Me too. And I remember when I first started noticing it, I just hated it so much. Hey, Jeff. There he is, Landon. There's Jeff. Jeff, we was just talking about you. We were just saying that you are on Sublocade, and Landon was really wanting to hear your experience with it. I wish I could have you on the channel right now to talk about it, but I can't because I'm not on my laptop. But if you want to, I can get on my laptop and you can come on and talk about it if you want to, but it's up to you. Just let me know. Just say the words. Looks like we're just chilling today, having a live stream. Hi, guys. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I come on here and we get to talking, and I just have such a good time talking with you guys. Yeah. So I will link you guys the videos that he's came on. How many times have you been on the channel, Jeff? 2 or 3? And Jeff also, like I said, go to his channel and subscribe, you guys. Jeff's a really good guy. He's in it because he truly cares about helping others. He's not trying to hustle nobody or take advantage of folks. Like, he's just a genuinely good person. All right. And he's somebody that, like, I support what he's doing. I back him and he backs me. Like, we got each other's back. You know, we're a kind of like a team. And so we're going to get Jeff warmed up and better about on his live streams. I'm going to get his description box and everything lined out today as soon as he texts me the information. But what we're doing is when you first start up on YouTube and you don't have like a lot of the anonymity, like the big camera, the nice computer, awesome. Sublocade is great. If you need help with it, just let me know. Yeah. Thank you, Jeff. That is awesome. And, it can be difficult because we have to find ways to make videos, right? So Jeff, he's on his phone just like I am. And so what we're trying to do for Jeff is we're trying to get him to where he can get himself a laptop so he can start going and doing live streams from his laptop. So here's what I was thinking. You know what, Jeff? I was talking to him about making a Patreon, you guys, so that way, he wouldn't just be going, hey, I need help getting a computer, and it would actually be like him being able to give a good or a service, So whenever I do my Patreon, I upload, hey, Nikki, I do videos over there, you guys, like probably 3 times a month. And I post on my Patreon once a week with just like posts. And then we also have a private chat with all the girls that are on my Patreon in it. And so we talk every single day. Do you know what I mean? Let me find out somebody messes with Nicole. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, here's the thing. We're going together. You know what I'm saying? Like, me, Jeff, who else do we have that we're like kind of running together in the same circle? Captain Napton, even though she's on a recovery channel. We're all like, we try to support each other. We got Cindy, we got Hearts Love. The yawning. Okay, Daniel. So Daniel says, yawning, what's that? So did you ever, when you go through opiate withdrawal, or you're like coming off of a higher dose of something and you're transferring down to a lower dose, what it does to me every single time is it makes me yawn over and over and over again. And so every time I've ever like went into cold turkey withdrawal, or whenever I started tapering down on my dose, I start yawning. Oh no, the wilderness. Are you? You're yawning right now. Is it because of me? Oh, hold on. I'm trying to put this stinking thing up so I can hold you guys there. Okay, just let me know. Okay, let me know if she stops being crazy. It's hard when you got kids. You know, I'm lucky because my husband's off today, and he's, you know, him and Nate are chilling, and they're upstairs watching a movie, and my husband fell asleep. I was gonna not even come on live tonight and just kind of not do anything, but he fell asleep, and I wanted to come on here and talk with you guys. When I taper down, I yawn. It's just contagious. Laugh out loud, even if the word is mentioned. Are you live right now? Yeah. Hey, Angel, I'm live right now, baby girl. Okay, so since I'm here and we're talking, let's do the Courage to Change meditation. Y'all ready? Yes, Jeff. Hurry up and text me that information so I can help you out, man. I'm about to kick your butt. My husband, listen, I was talking to Jeff. I probably talked to him for like an hour today. And I was with my husband. We were riding around in the car, and he's like just listening. I had you on speakerphone, Jeff, and me and Jeff was just talking and laughing, and my husband was just laughing, and he was listening. And I love that I can have friendships with men and women, and my husband knows and trusts me and knows that, like, Jeff is my friend, right? Like, I'm never going to step over that boundary where I am just, I don't do that. Like, I don't flirt with men from YouTube. I don't, talk to them in an inappropriate way. And that's another thing I think is really important. Like, when I first started my Patreon, you guys, I only take women on my Patreon. And I opened it up now to where men can join, but they have their own separate chat for just men. So I don't intermingle them and mix them together, right? And so, because here's the thing, me being a woman, let's say a newcomer, a man, okay, comes into the chat or comes into my Patreon and they need support. All right. So of course, me being the leader of the Patreon, I reach out to that man and I say, hey, welcome to my Patreon. Here are the things that I will be able to do to support you. Okay. So for me, as a woman who is married, I'm not going to be video chatting with a man. I'm not going to be calling you on the phone every day, right? What I will do, and this is what I'm working with other people in recovery like Jeff, to be able to have them on standby. So if a man does need support and needs help, and I can only do so much, as out of respect for my husband and out of respect for me. So I will say, hey, Jeff, I have this guy. Here's his information. Will you give him a call? Or I'll have the guy call Jeff. But I'm getting to a point where, like, I know like a couple of guys in recovery that I would actually give these people over to and say, hey, can you help these guys out? Right? For the most part, I haven't had any men approach me in a disrespectful way that were reaching out for help. So I've had a really great experience. But I do believe it's because I set that standard. I set that boundary. You guys know I'm married. I'm not playing games. I love my husband. He's my number one. And there's just nothing there's no blah. But that's another reason why I want you guys to be really careful. Because let's say you're a man in recovery. Because there's a lot more men in recovery that are sharing their experience on YouTube and Facebook than there are girls. And you're helping people, and you've got a lot of women that are reaching out for you for help. Now, I've said this before, but people don't listen to me. You have women that are reaching out to you for help that are in their addiction, that are struggling, that are very vulnerable, that are seeking out help, but they're also sick, right? Do you think you can help me with a sponsor? Absolutely, Angel. If you'll text message me after this, I can help you out, girl. I'll help you find somebody. And in the meantime, until we find you somebody, you can text and call me as like a fill-in until you find somebody, okay? That's what we'll do for you, girl. I'll help you out. We will I'll work with you, and we'll find someone as we go through, and you can utilize me as that support until we find you a solid sponsor. Okay? Sorry about that. Hey, Daniel, what's up, baby? How you doing? So you guys, everybody shout out, everybody hashtag Daniel. Daniel's going into treatment Monday, right, Daniel? He is flying into treatment Monday, I think. Right. And so here, I got off topic. So if you have a lot of women that are reaching out to you tomorrow, okay, Daniel's going into treatment, you guys, tomorrow, y'all. Big freaking moves. We're so proud of you, Daniel. We're so freaking proud of you. So the women, and it might not be that the man is like being disrespectful or being anything. The man could simply just be trying to help the women. But there are boundaries that need to be set. And a lot of women, when they're sick in their addiction, they act out sexually. They want attention, and they'll do things that they're not proud of. And that's where things can happen that can really get you in trouble, right? Let me tell you guys a story. So I was following this guy on Facebook about 2.5 years ago, okay? And he was working for a treatment center, and everybody knew what treatment center he worked for. He would talk about it on Facebook, and he would make live videos and all this. Well, a girl that he knows relapsed and was in active addiction, and she called him looking for help. Instead of calling and saying, hey, this girl needs help, and handing her off to another woman, he decided to take her on himself, and guess what happened? He invited her over to his house and told her she could stay the night there until she went to treatment the next day. Well, long story short, she came out and accused him of raping her that night. And it was a huge scandal all over Facebook. So right there, he could have totally avoided that whole situation if he would have said, hey, I'm so proud of you for reaching out for help. Let me send you to Nicole or Diane so they can help you find the treatment you need. Oh yeah, the wilderness. Oh yeah, it was a big, big thing. But that happened on, I'm hooked on fentanyl, but so scared to get off. I've been watching your channel for months now. Hey, Sours, what's up? Okay, so you're afraid to get off fentanyl. Okay, let's talk about it. You want to talk about it? So here's the thing, all right? If you're hooked on fentanyl and you're afraid to get off, okay? It's going to be, it's scary to make a change, okay? It's scary to get sober because you know the sickness is coming, right? All opiate addicts go through the same thing. The withdrawal sucks. And you know us, we don't want to go through that pain, right? So here's the thing. Have you ever tried to get sober before? And these are the things I would ask somebody that reached out to me for help. I would ask you, have you tried to get sober before? Have you ever been to treatment before? Have you, these are all questions that I would need to know, to let you know what I would think would be the safest thing for you to do. But from not knowing you at all, if you are on fentanyl and you need help, the number one thing that I would recommend to do would be to go and try to get into a detox and then a treatment right after that. So I would go into detox, a place where they can medically detox you, where they can either use Suboxone or methadone to wean you down off of fentanyl, okay? And then once you finish your time in detox, I wouldn't even leave the door. I wouldn't even go away from the detox unless they could transfer you straight into a treatment center. And I wouldn't say go to 30 days. It's not long enough. 90 days minimum. Go to treatment for 90 days, you guys. I know you're probably going, 90 days? I can't do it. 30 days is not enough time. I know from experience. I've been to rehabs, been to 5 rehabs. Every one of them was 30 days. And every time I came out, I had the best intentions. I wanted to stay sober. I did. But I relapsed. So 30 days is just scraping the surface of a huge problem that we have going on, right? And so if I could do anything to help you, that's what I would say. I would say get yourself into detox and then get into a 90-day treatment. 90 days, 6 months, a year. And here's the thing. You have nothing to lose. All right? If you're hooked on fentanyl, the chances of you dying are a lot greater than the chances of you living. Every day that you use that drug is a moment that you could die. All right? Your life is important, and you are important, and you are loved. So fight for your life. All right? If you need help finding a place to go, just message me. Let me get my phone number. Oh, gosh. Hold on. Yeah, we're over here just talking, y'all. This has been such a great meeting or talk with you guys. I love it. I'm putting my phone number. Hold on, guys. All right. And like I said, I am just going to help you find resources. I don't have like any particular treatment center I work for. This is just, I will just help you find resources. And if we find you treatment or a detox in your area, hey, then that's what's up. But I'll work with you to help you. Okay? Now, I don't ever tell anyone to go get on maintenance medication because I'm not a doctor. Okay, guys? But what happened for me, and this is just my experience, whenever I came out of treatment after being there for like 30 days, right? I wanted to get high so bad, right? I was like, I want to get high. I'm going to relapse. I'm going to lose my son. So I got out of treatment and I talked to my DHS caseworker. I talked to my husband. I talked to my therapist. I talked to my doctor. And that's when I decided to get put on maintenance medication, Suboxone. And since I've been on Suboxone, you guys, I haven't relapsed in 4 years and 3 months. And that's huge for me. That is a miracle. Okay, so because I'm not relapsing, I'm not in and out of treatment, right? I'm solid. I'm stable. Trust in marriage is so awesome. My wife and I have that same bond. She is so kind, loving, and beautiful that often her kindness is perceived as flirting, but she is a Proverbs 31 woman by definition. Thank you, Captain. That is so awesome, Daniel. And I'm the same way. I'm like really nice, and sometimes I think people take the fact that I'm being that way for weakness, and they might think I'm a little flirty. But it's really just because, like I said, I really do care, and I want you guys to make changes. And Sours, I'm so glad that you commented. I really want you to call me or text me after we get off this live stream, and I'll help you. I'll take that time and we will find you somewhere, okay? You're probably saying, well, Nicole, I don't know if I can go to treatment. I don't know if I can do it. What do you have to lose, okay? If you have a job and you're getting high, you're going to lose your job. If you have kids and you're getting high, you're going to lose your kids. If you have a car and you're driving high, you're going to crash your car. Every single thing that matters to you, you will lose it. Okay? Addiction gets worse, never better. Okay? As it progresses, things that normally you wouldn't do, you start doing. Okay? So for me, when I first started getting high, I was working a job. I had a car. I was making a car payment. I had credit cards. I was just so responsible, right? But as my addiction progressed, those things fell to the wayside. And as my addiction got worse, the only thing that mattered was getting and seeking that drug. Okay? So now where I used to pay my car payment, now I was taking that money to get dope. Where I used to, I don't drink and drive. Now I'm driving around drunk and high, right? Or I would never go to my job under the influence. Well, I'm so messed up at my job. And as time progressed, I lost my job. I crashed my car. I lost my friends. All my friends, you guys, they said, we don't want to be around you. You're sick. We can't be with you. You're going to die, and we don't want to watch you die. So I'm not saying these things, Sours, to discourage you or to make you upset. That's not what I'm doing. Okay? This is my pep talk to you. This is me building you up and saying, what do you have to lose? Say, let's kick fentanyl in the dick and let's live our lives. Let's say, fuck you, drugs. I'm taking my life back. I'm making a change. I want to live today. I don't want to die. Okay? I had to finally start caring for myself. Okay? I didn't love myself, and that's why I got high all the time, because I hated myself. I hated my guts. All right? And I would torture myself because I was miserable. And I would make excuses after excuses after excuses of why I was getting high, what the reasons were behind it. But in all actuality, I was miserable. I was unhappy. I was depressed. I was sad. I was sick. I was sick. And it wasn't until my son got taken away from me that I could see how sick I truly was. I was so sick that I was willing to risk my son being taken from me to get my next high, because I was that sick. I know that it can be hard, you guys, to make those changes. Listen, I'm the first one to tell you, all right? 5 treatment centers, 1 prison stint, and millions, hundreds of relapses, okay? I would get sober for 3 days, and then I would relapse. I guess you could call it just holding on for dear life. White knuckling it, baby. White knuckling it. I'd be holding on like... And I wanted to get sober because I was miserable. I hated being so hurt and high. The high was no longer making me feel good. So this is what happens. And this happens to all addicts and alcoholics. It just happens to us all at different times. So the feeling produced by drugs and alcohol, it's so elusive. It's so strong. It's so seductive, right? That we will keep using even though we know that it's hurting and harming our bodies, our relationships, our lives, our family members. But we continue to use the substance because the feeling produced is so euphoric. And that addiction, right? The obsession to use takes over because that part of our brain goes ding, 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 ding. Euphoria, euphoria, feel good, I need more, right? And so we get stuck on this loop, okay, where we're just constantly seeking that next feeling. Hey, Nicole, hit me up. I'm ready to come on whenever you're ready. Okay, I got you. I'll hit you up, baby. I'll text you on, I'll text you after I get up here, okay? Thank you, Gunny. It wasn't easy. Okay, so, it's a loop that we get stuck on, you guys, and it's just a repeating circle, okay? It's a vicious cycle, addiction is. Daniel says, I lost my home, my wife, my kids, everything that I love the most in one day after I crashed my car and almost killed 4 people. Daniel, I'm so sorry, and I understand. Speaking of crashing cars, me and my husband had gotten into an accident. We were driving and we rear-ended somebody. And at the time, I had warrants. So when we rear-ended these people, I jumped out of the car and ran, right? We were in he had a silver Xterra at the time. Well, we ended up getting a rental vehicle, and it was a nice, like, Nissan Maxima or something. It was really fast, too. And we were driving it, and we had went out and got a bunch of pills, Xanax and all that kind of stuff. And we had gotten really, really messed up. Well, Neil ended up having a seizure, and I was trying to drive him to the hospital. But I was so out of it that I was driving past all the hospitals. I drove past 3 hospitals and ended up crashing in to a brick wall. So, drugs will make the damnedest things. Okay, I will, Dark Set. Scott, I'll message you, I promise, okay? I promise I will. And I'm so glad that you guys are reaching out and wanting to share your stories, because I'm excited. I love having you guys on, and I love hearing you guys' testimonies, because it inspires me to keep making changes. And just know this, if you guys ever come on my channel and we do a live stream together or a video and you're not happy with it, just let me know and we'll make changes. We can have you on again and we can do it over. Like I said, I just do raw, uncut live streams. So I'm used to coming on here and saying things and talking and just being, so I know it can be a little nerve-wracking at first. So if you ever come on and you're like, oh, I didn't do that good, just let me know, but I'm sure that you'll do fine. Okay, so let's read this. I hope that Sowers will text message me on this number, okay? And Angel Trujillo, I hope you will text message me on this number, and I'll help you find a sponsor, girl. Okay? All right, here we go. Let's do this meditation before I stay on here all night long. Step 2 states that we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Recently at a meeting, I heard someone paraphrase this step in a way that perfectly described my own experience. First I came, and then I came to. Then I came to believe. Hey, Leonard. You hear that, y'all? Y'all, Leonard is in the house. Her Opiate Fix. If you guys haven't went over and subscribed to her Opiate Fix's channel, please go over there and subscribe to his channel. He is the real deal Holyfield. Oh, here you go, baby. It is 501-991-5149. And that, you can text me or you can call me, okay? Don't be afraid. Don't be nervous. It's just me. I'm just the same way I am on my YouTube channel as I am in real life. So this guy said, first I came, then I came to, and then I came to believe. So here we go. The journey toward a higher power has been so gradual for me that I have been unaware of much of it. There has been no burst of light, no burning bush, just a gradual clearing of the fog that I lived in before finding recovery. Like my fellow member, first I came, bringing my body, if not my faith. Then once I was here, I slowly came to. And eventually, I came to believe that I wasn't alone in the universe. There was and is a force, a drive, an energy that can give me the means to make my life joyous and productive. I need only ask for assistance and keep an open mind. Today's reminder. The arrival of faith in my life has been a gradual process. This process continues and grows stronger each day. I keep myself open to it. Perhaps acknowledging this process will help me when I am impatient with the twists and turns of life. I find the great thing in this world is not so much where we stand as in what direction we are moving. So, did you guys hear that? A lot of you guys are going to come. You're going to come here and you're going to sit, you're going to listen, not going to comment, you're not going to say anything, right? And then you listen and you get more comfortable. All right, and then as you listen and you get more comfortable, then you kind of come to and you snap out of it and you say, wait a second, I'm safe here. I can share here. I can reach out here. And then you start sharing and you start reaching out and you start talking with other addicts and other alcoholics who've gone through the same thing that you've gone through, right? And then through those addicts and alcoholics sharing with you the message of recovery, your faith begins to build and you begin to actually know that changes can happen in your life, right? But it's through others sharing their experience, strength, and hope that shows you that you can change too. So as you see it in action and see it for what it is, the faith in you is going to grow. Okay? The faith that you can become successful and sober in your life, right? Believe me, I used to be a skeptic too. I used to sit in the back of the meetings. I used to look at people who had 15, 20 years sober and go, bullshit! I don't believe them. They've got to be sneaking some drugs.
They got to be drinking alcohol behind the building over there. You know, maybe they got an IV of heroin hooked up to them that we don't know about. But they can't be happy and sober. Surely not. Sobriety is miserable, right? I really, really thought this, you guys. I thought, there's no way. Okay? But I'm here to tell you guys, everything that I thought in my mind has been proven wrong. It really is amazing to not have to get high every single day. It really is so much better than the way I felt when I was in active addiction. And I wouldn't change the life that I have today for a million active addiction lives. I wouldn't go back to that life if you paid me. Because today, I love myself. Today, I have my son. Today, I have my husband. My husband is sober. Okay? I used to think for a while that my husband might not ever get sober and he might continue to struggle. But even my husband's coming around. Even he sees how much his life is changing and benefiting because he's staying sober and doing the right thing. You know? It's so amazing, you guys. And then being able to see that in him, it makes me want to just sing and dance and do a tap dance jig or something, because we are content. It feels good to know that when my husband leaves to go to work, that he's going to come home sober and I don't have to worry. Now I know what my mom and dad felt like all those years, that I would leave and not come home. And they would think, is she going to die? Is today going to be the day that I'm going to get the police going to come knock on my door and tell me that she's gone? Right? I never understood why everybody was tripping on me for getting high. Right? I never understood what the problem was. I'm just having a good time. I'm just letting loose. It feels good. I like getting high. Stop fucking with me. Let me live my life. Let me live my life. Right? I didn't understand what was up. Everybody else has got a problem. I don't have a problem. You got a problem, right? Now I know. Now I know why. Because seeing someone that you love and care about struggling. Hey, thanks, Leonard. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. When you see somebody struggling in active addiction, or you see them getting sober, coming back, getting sober, coming back, and you love that person and you're emotionally attached to that person, it's so painful and so scary. That's the way I can explain it. Fear. It's my whole life was full of fear. And I was constantly thinking something was going to happen, you know? And I'm happy to report that, you know, my husband has been sober for over a year now, and I've been sober for 4 years. And so together, I mean, we've been together. It's been a miracle that we're both able to maintain sobriety, you guys, because there was a time where we fed off each other's addictions and we would co-sign each other's bad behaviors. You know, I would want to get high and he would say, okay, let's go do it. Or he would want to get high and I would say, okay, or I would make excuses for him and he would make excuses for me. And we would cover for each other. But because of the miracle that our son is, the miracle of our son being born is what changed our lives forever. And it's because of that little boy that we are able to focus and stay sober, because our son pushes us. He is that motivation that we needed. He is that purpose that we needed to find the strength within ourselves to actually make changes. You know, I think that we had both gotten so comfortable in that miserable life that we were living, because we were together we met in 2012. So, you know, half of our relationship was in active addiction and the other half of it has been in recovery. And so we had just, when we met, we had been in active addiction for years before we met each other. And so when we came together, it was just like this bomb blew up of addiction. And then we came together and we started feeding off of each other's addictions. And I hear a lot of people, I know a lot of you guys are probably in relationships, right? With people who are also in recovery. And I know you guys know how it can be. Sometimes it's really difficult because when one person is on one page, the other person might be on a different page. And for a long time, me and my husband were on different chapters in the book. He was on chapter 1 and I was over here in chapter 5. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, how are we going to get on the same chapter? But I'm telling you what, you guys, staying diligent, staying consistent in my recovery, doing what I say I'm going to do when I'm going to do it, praying and just staying consistent. He has gradually come up and gotten on the same chapter with me, and now we're on that chapter together, and it's been such an amazing experience to see him come up with me now. And I feel like now we're running neck and neck on this journey together, and there's no competition. Like for a long time, we struggled with competing with each other in our sobriety. His sobriety is so much different than mine, you guys. My husband is very private. He's very serious about not telling everybody his business, and so that's why you don't see him on my channel. That's why he's very just he does the man stuff. He works the job, he raises my son, he takes care of our family, he pays the bills, and he supports me though in what I do. He 100% supports me. He knows how passionate I am about doing my YouTube channel and helping others. He knows. He 100% knows, but that's not his style. He's more laid back he's like my supporting actor. He's back there holding me down if I need anything. When I'm crying or I've had a bad day, I can go to tell him about what's going on. Or when I'm helping somebody and I might feel overwhelmed or I don't know exactly what to do, I can talk to him about it. And he'll sit with me and talk with me, But we've gotten to that point where we both want a recovery, and we both want to stay sober. And that's the best thing about this whole situation, is that now we both finally want to be sober. I think at the beginning I was staying sober because I had to, and he was staying sober because he had to, and we both weren't at that point where we were really wanting it yet. But I think now that we're starting to see the blessings of recovery, we really want to be sober. My hubs and I used to go tit for tat when in active addiction, I'm fucked up because you got fucked up. Yes, girl, yes. I constantly used to say, I'm only hurting myself. It's kind of overwhelming now. I am starting to realize the emotional impact my addiction has had on my loved ones. It's a lot. And let me tell you something, okay? It's going to be a lot that you're going to start to realize. The longer you stay sober and the more that you start taking responsibility for your past actions, and the more that you're working towards making amends to the people you have harmed, I'm going to tell you this, the emotions are going to flood in, okay? As you can see, I've spent the last 4 years of my sobriety crying. I cry a lot, but it's because I smushed down and I hid those feelings for so long that now I have raw emotion and I can feel it. I used to not feel that way. I used to not have emotion because I was so high. I was so comatose. I love the great message you spread on here. You're a very, very young. Oh, thank you so much, Alex. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for stopping in. Stick around. I couldn't not show emotion. Do you understand what I'm saying? When I was in addiction, I didn't have that emotion. It was I had one emotion while I was in active addiction, and it was crazy. Okay? I was so psychotic because I would stay up for days and not sleep and not eat. Oh, let me tell you guys something that happened today. Okay. So today we went hiking, me and my husband, my son, and our 2 dogs. And we were going across the street, and we were going underneath this bridge past the porta potties, right? They got porta potties out there. And we saw this couple with this big poodle with a big old afro, y'all. The poodle was named Joe. And so we stopped to pet the poodle and talk to the people. And then my husband looked up and he said, "Oh, you're so and so." And it ended up being our old doctors, okay? It ended up being like our doctors from when we were both in active addiction. And I didn't realize who it was until my husband said, "Nicole, remember you went to Dr. Barrow for your alopecia." So back when I was in my active addiction, you guys, I had been strung out on methamphetamine, methadone, Roxy's, and God knows what else. Anything else I could stick in a needle. And I wasn't eating. I was probably 115, 20 pounds. Very, very gaunt. My hair was real long, right? Well, me and my husband, he was my boyfriend at the time, went to go stay the weekend with my parents. And I was in the shower, taking a shower, and I was just, lathering my hair up, rinsing out the suds. And I went like this, and I pulled out a big ass wad of my hair. So it's all grown back now. But back then, I had a huge bald spot right here, okay? Right on the right-hand side of my head. And when the hair fell out, I remember I started crying. I called my husband. I was freaking out. I came out of the shower. I showed my dad. And my dad looked at me and he said, "It's because of all the drugs you're doing." And I remember at the time, I was like, "No, it's not." But that's how delusional I was in my addiction, that I couldn't even understand that my hair was falling out because I was malnourished, I was under a lot of stress, and I was shooting drugs in my veins. So basically my hair fell out, and I went to the doctor to show her because I thought it was alopecia. And it ended up being, it fell out of my head because of my drug addiction. Okay? That's how bad my addiction got, so bad that I was losing my hair. Okay? Because I was so unhealthy. So now I have all my hair back. It's all grown back. But we saw those people, and I told the doctor, I said, I was in my active addiction when that happened. And I wasn't treating my body right, I really didn't think it was because of drugs. I thought it was because I had that alopecia, which is a disorder where your hair falls out from your immune system attacking itself. But I really thought in my heart of hearts, you guys, that it was because of something else. But that's how delusional my addiction I was. And I know that you guys can probably relate. Like, the delusions that I would believe it was out of control. So I'm saying all this to say, anybody can change their life. If you are struggling and you feel like you're never going to get better, I'm here to tell you that you can, and you will. If you want to get sober, all you have to do is want it. And if you need support, all you have to do is reach out to me, and I will help you any way I can. And you're probably going, "Oh, Nicole, I don't want to bother you. People are probably knocking down your door." It's not like that, you guys. All right, Daniel, we're so proud of you. Hashtag Daniel's going to treatment. We love you, Daniel. We're so proud of you. It's not like that with addicts, okay? Addicts don't beat down your door to get help. When they finally do come around, though, it's like that's the chance. Because it's a lot of times with drug addicts, you guys, it's a moment of clarity that they have, and they'll say, "I need to get help right now. And if I can jump on it and help you at that time, that's what I'm going to do." But there's a short window of time, So don't think that I'm overwhelmed. Don't think that people are knocking my door down or calling my phone all day long, because it's not like that. All right? But when people do call, I answer, and I do everything I can to help them. I just want you guys to know that I'm here for you. I love you guys, and I want to help you any way I can. So, like I said, if you need anything, just get at me. But you can change your life, okay? You can change your life. Do not let the lies that addiction tells you keep you out there in your active addiction, because that's what it is. All right, it's you being afraid. Okay, it's fear. It is addiction and the lies. It's the devil trying to keep you from your true purpose and destiny. All right, which is great. All of us have like a true purpose, right? Like today, this is my purpose. Faith, don't give up on yourself, because you got this, Daniel. That's right, Angel. Thank you. Hashtag positive change. Good job, the wilderness. And that's the thing. Like, we're here, you guys, in this group, in this chat. I'm here and we're here to support one another. I don't care if, somebody comes in that maybe you don't get along that much with. Like, when we come in here, we are united. All right? This channel is about spreading a message of hope and recovery. Earlier when I came on, I was sharing a lot of information with you guys about some rogue stuff that goes on in the treatment industry. And I usually do not focus on those things a lot, but I'm always going to tell you guys straight up 100% what I believe. And so I'm going to leave this video up because I think it's important. If anybody comes in, I want them to hear, and I want them to be careful and protect themselves. Well, Daniel says, thank you guys so much and love you all. I really need you guys right now. Thank you for your support. Anytime, Daniel, we got you. We love you too. We're so freaking proud of you, man. Like, oh, I think you asked me earlier, are they going to take your phone? I'm pretty sure. Every treatment I've went to, they took my phone away. But you need to text me, Daniel, so I can get the address so we can send you a card. Yes. Listen, when you get into treatment, there's going to be days when you're like, I am getting out of here. Screw this. I'm going AMA, right? Don't do it. Stand tall. Stay in there. Don't get out. Don't run away. Every treatment center. Oh, you did? Okay, good. Okay, good. I think I saw it pop up on the screen. Okay, good. Good deal. Every treatment center you go into, there's going to be people in there that you're not going to get along with. But just remember the greater picture. Like, you're there to save your ass. You're there to learn how to live your life sober, So don't let anyone else get in the way of that, all right? This is about you and your life, right? And I'm here to tell you, Daniel, I saw your text about losing your wife and stuff earlier. I'm here to tell you that in recovery, you can gain all those things that you lost back, all right? I promise you can. I am living proof that anything can happen. If you lost something because of your addiction, that you can gain it back and tenfold, right, in recovery. Do not get discouraged. Do not second guess it. I'm here to tell you. And your life can be amazing. It can be better than you would ever have imagined. I'm so grateful that I was a drug addict. I'm grateful that I had an addiction. You know why? Because of my addiction, I got to live two different lives. I got to live at the bottom of the barrel, being unhappy, being miserable, being sick, being suffering. And now today I get to live this amazing life full of gratitude, full of love, full of people who I'm so happy I have them in my life today. And I would not have got to have any of that if I hadn't have been through the hardship of addiction. So I'm proud to be an addict in recovery. I'm proud of it. All right, you guys. I could sit here and talk to you guys all night long. I just love talking to you guys. And I hope those of you that needed to reach out will go ahead and get a hold of me. I'm going to hang up here and let you guys go for the evening. Thank you so much for coming and sitting with me and just listening. And please know that I'm just trying to protect you guys, okay? I just want to help you guys stay on track, and I don't want you guys to get taken advantage of. So earlier on in the video, I talked about some stuff that really, really does, it means a lot to me, and I want you guys to be safe. And so that's what I'm trying to do, is protect you guys. All right? I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later. That's right. I love. Tomorrow night is Sunday. We got a guest coming on and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to have some fun tomorrow night too. Okay, guys? I love you. I love you all so much. If nobody has told you today, I love you. You're important to me and I'm proud of you. Okay, I'm proud of you.